watching Bears Now by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham. I'm not the face you're going to see for most of today's show because Chat Sports caught up with Bears wide receiver Tyler Scott at Super Bowl Media Row in Las Vegas. One of our producers, Sam Brown and Jeremy Chuggs, were out there, caught up with Tyler for several minutes, so you're going to hear from them talking to him in just a second. And hey, show T. Scott some love, baby. Up and down rookie year, but I'm excited about his future. Type 13 in the comments down below to show him some love. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're going to send it out to Las Vegas for the interview with Tyler Scott.
Sam Brown here with Bears Now by Chat Sports, live from Super Bowl Radio Row in Las Vegas, and we're joined by Bears wide receiver Tyler Scott. Tyler, I want to start by talking about your rookie season in Chicago and just your impressions of the city, the team, kind of just your overall takeaways from your first year in the NFL.
Yeah, no, so, I mean, I'm a Midwest guy, already, so kind of familiar with the feel of being, in Chicago a little bit, as far as the weather's concerned. I'm used to the cold and the snow and, all that kind of the bipolar of, how it can be. But no, I love it. The biggest thing that, kind of stands out is how passionate the fan base is. Mm-hmm. They are some passionate fans, man. I mean, sometimes for the good and sometimes for the bad, but no, I mean, I love that about them. They're a passionate fan base. They care. I love that. They care and that, they're going to show up every Sunday to the games. Win, lose, or draw, even if we're having a down time, stretch or whatever, they're going to show up. And so I love that about the city. And the city itself is beautiful. Mm-hmm. I love going down there and, just kind of seeing the skyline. I've done the architectural tour like 20 times. I just, I really like that. I really like that. And, but no, it's a really beautiful city and I'm still exploring it. I'm still exploring it for sure. And, Chicago, the football team, I mean, it's a historic franchise, Yeah. My favorite player, one of my favorite players growing up was Gale Sayers. Obviously it wasn't, it was before my time, but it was somebody who I really loved to watch, as far as his highlights and who was really explosive. My dad, he was a huge Dick Butkus fan. That was his favorite player growing up. Rest in peace to him. But no, I mean, I love Chicago. It's a historic franchise, and to be a part of it is real special.
Obviously, a massive offseason coming for your team here with the number 1, number 9 overall picks, and obviously big decisions to make under center. I'm not going to try and squeeze a prediction out of you as to what happens, but I am curious from your perspective, playing with Justin, what in your mind do you believe makes him a franchise quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm a little biased too, because like I grew up in Ohio, which in Ohio, there's one team that you love and support, and that's Ohio State. And so when Justin came to Ohio State, that was huge. I loved watching him. I thought he was a dog when he was at Ohio State, and so when I got drafted to Chicago, I'm like, oh snap! Like I get to play with Justin Fields, like. That's crazy, growing up, watching somebody. So, I love that. I seen his documentary in QB1 and how good he was. And I think the first thing I noticed was how much the fans loved him. Like, the fans love Justin. And so, I just kind of seen just when he would walk around, just, after camp practices, like, dudes love him. So as a person, like, he was, he's just a good dude, just a good dude. He's down to earth, super humble. Super humble. I love that about him, how humble he is. And, and then as far as on the football field, I mean, he's an explosive athlete. He has a great arm. I mean, you can just see it. I remember we had a play during the Atlanta Falcons where kind of the memorable play everybody remembers. He kind of breaks out of the, he kind of guys around his legs and then kind of breaks out and he rushes for a first down. I was on the other side of the field and I was with an Atlanta Falcons guy who was guarding me, and we're kind of watching the play, and, we see he's like, look like he's about to get sacked. And it's like, oh, dang. And so then he kind of breaks out, and we're starting to run across the field. He's like, did he just get out of that? I was like, man, I guess. He's like, how the heck he just get out of that? I'm like, man, I don't even know, man. And so, you just see just some of the things he does on the field, how explosive he is, just how he's grown, also, too, the progression, the steps he's made each year. That's what you want to see from your quarterback and, from your players, continue to grow each year. And so I feel like that's something that he's done and he will do.
I want to give you some props because I was actually in Indianapolis last year for the Combine, and me and my coworker, who's not here right now, but we both agreed you were our favorite interview to talk to. Really? And it's showing right here, right now, too, just engaging, love to talk to others. Yeah. How do you think your personality translates to the football field?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's something for me. Like, I'm somebody who likes to, I'm real analytical, I would say. I love my history. Like I said, I love watching some of the history of the game, learning about the game of football, just love people, love people's stories, like I said, listening to people, but that also translates to I love people's play styles. I love how they become successful, because when you look at some of the greatest NFL athletes and players of all time, they all did it in their own way and with their own style. And so, having that love for the game definitely translates to the field, because it makes you want it just that much more. Because you have to love the game, because you'll never be as good as you want to be if you're not passionate and have a love for the game, no matter how much skill you have. And so, having that passion, that love for the game, I feel like is what really will set the great players apart from each other. Like I said, I take that to my film study, to the weight room, to just preparing for this offseason going into year 2. I'm hungry, I played a lot of snaps, had some missed opportunities that I wish I, would have capitalized on, but, that's the name of the game. And, next year, like I said, I'm hungry to go out there and prove, why I was drafted. So,
One thing I can tell, this guy loves the damn game.
Speaking of hungry, deep dish or New York?
I'm going to have to go deep dish. Deep dish.
And then best deep dish in Chicago. Go.
Best deep dish in Chicago. Oh, man. Whew.
A lot of weighted questions.
Yeah, that's a weighted question.
This is gonna go on social media for what it's worth. So there is a correct answer probably.
That's deep dish in Chicago, man.
Be honest.
That's a tough one.
Don't lie to the people.
I'm gonna plead the fifth. I can't even.
You have a top 3?
I haven't been to. I've only been to maybe 2.
Okay.
Pizza's not in the football diet, I'm guessing.
It's not too much on the football diet. When my dad comes in town, it's in the diet. But they're not used to Chicago. They're not used to Chicago's pizza. Because we had Domino's and stuff like that. We had the typical, But no, I probably have to go with. There's just one bar. It's just one bar over there by the. I think it's by the airport. God, what is it called? Like, I'm literally looking at the name. I think it starts with G.
Is it Giordano's?
Giordano's. Yeah, Giordano's. Shout out to them.
I think that's the number one answer probably. Last question before I get you out of here. I wanted to talk about DJ Moore and just the things that he's taught you coming in your first year in the league.
Yeah, DJ, man, I love DJ. I think he's running around here actually right now. Yeah, everyone's keep telling me like, oh, DJ here. I'm like, well, I haven't seen him. But yeah, no, he's running around here somewhere. But no, I love yeah, I love DJ, man. He's a true pro. He's a true pro. And I think the number one thing he's probably taught me was not to stress it, man, not to stress the game, How he carries himself, he just carries himself like it's like a shoulder shrug, like honestly, like how he goes, but it's like in a pro way. It's just like he's not stressed about, having to be the guy, $20 million a year guy. And he doesn't stress about that stuff. It's like he just goes out. He's real family oriented. You see his, daughter running around and his son now, who he just had, and real family. You see his fiance. Like he's just super oriented, family oriented, and just a good dude. But yeah, I think just not stressing the process. Preparing for each game, understanding that a lot of the work is done during the week, and the rest will take care of itself on Sunday. Because coming in, I was real like, super ingrained in the playbook. Like I got to get every play right, and came preseason game day, I was like, So yeah, I mean, I think he's just really taught me not to stress the game and not stress the process, and just relax, have fun, and play football.
Tyler Scott, Bears wide receiver, right here on Super Bowl Radio Row from Las Vegas, Nevada. Tyler, appreciate the time, man.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, man.